Here comes a new challenger!
Hello there everyone, I want to talk about my analysis series. It's been a while since I've started making those, and obviously I got some wrong info, I get some right info, I know a little bit of the characters, I know a lot about the characters. There's a lot of characters in this roster. It's an 80+ roster, can you blame me? That's a lot of characters to go through, and I don't want to go through all that all the time, you know, like I'm not gonna know every little thing about every character. Right? That's just an impossibility for me to know what every character is capable of and what characters aren't capable of. There's a lot, alright? 80+ characters, that's a lot. But I make the analysis series because of one simple reason. I want to give my opinions. And if that opinion is wrong, I'd like to be informed. Being informed means that I can make better, judgment calls on certain characters. For instance, let me give you an example. I think that Meta Knight is a high tier character, but my analysis on him, I got a lot of info wrong. Some I put in intentionally, like saying down B cape, dimensional cape is RNG, even though I knew it wasn't, alright? I knew it wasn't, but I knew someone would get mad at that, and I thought that would be funny, alright? But for me, right, I made that video, and I saw people give their opinions on Meta Knight thinking he's good or bad or whatever the case may be, right? Another character would be, most recently, Duck Hunt. And someone gave me a huge list of paragraphs upon paragraphs. The same with Marth. Paragraphs among paragraphs. And I read it all. Alright, I read it all. And I now have a better understanding of those two characters. Right? Whether my opinion on their tier placement has changed or some things I thought about them are the same, I still got informed, which means now when I look at the character and a deeper look, I'll be able to give a better opinion on that character, right? I mean, just look at my tier list. I know a lot of it is high tiers and top tiers, and there's a bunch of mids and lows there. And within those mids and lows, there are people that will tell you why that character is actually high tier or potentially top tier, right? People will argue for that, because the thing is, you can't always rely on every person knowing every character in the roster, especially when, because of Ultimate and how well balanced it is, generally you won't see some characters, they'll just be of rarity. And because of that, generally, it's an unspoken rule, you can say, but you'd be surprised, because some characters are so scarce, obviously you're not gonna know everything about him, right? I understand the pain that some people feel. I understand you guys, okay? When I look at a tier list and someone says Ryu is worse than Terry or Ken, or says he's mid-tier, I get angry too, because they're obviously wrong and dumb. But I have to inform them on why I truly believe Ryu is the best out of the three main fighting game characters, except Min Min. Min Min is better than all three of them. But that's not the point, okay? The point is that, in my heart of hearts, I believe Ryu to be the best out of those three, right? Or say with Marth, people would tell me Marth is better than Lucina. My opinion, this is how I see it, I value consistency more with Lucina than with Marth. Yes, Marth can have consistency on some characters, but other characters, it's like getting a tipper is one of the hardest things to do for whatever reason, because of how whack characters are, right? Obviously for me, as a person, right, as a player, I can make a tier list, but that doesn't necessarily mean I will be right about every character there. And that's okay. I'm perfectly content with being wrong, because if that means that someone can come into my comment section and explain to me why I'm wrong, then I'll be glad to get that understanding. I want to understand. I want to understand every character in this roster. I really do. But obviously, in order for me to do that, I gotta bring some attention over to me and also get you to subscribe. Yeah, we're doing this right now. Subscribe to the channel, 1,000 subs, bada boom, you know what I mean? But still, I'm not gonna be able to know everything about every character, right? Like for instance, I was about to make a Mega Man analysis at one point, but I stopped because when I went to Elite Smash, I fought against the Mega Man. And here's the thing, as we all know, forward toss leaf shield holding an item was removed from the game. But what I didn't know is that you could still cancel leaf shield as long as you toss the metal blade upward. I didn't know that was a thing. Like what? Like I can still cancel and all these sort of things, right? And therefore I had to not make that analysis and learn more about the character, because there's some stupid things about that character that I need to learn, right? And that's generally how this goes for this series that I make. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna be able to know every character, all right? I'm not gonna know that this character has this specific combo on these characters and yada yada yada. I can't, all right? I can't know all that. The only characters I'll be knowledgeable in are the ones I myself play. Ryu, Ken, Terry, and Min Min. Those are the 4 characters I stuck with. And you wanna know why those 4 in particular? It's because I love me some fighting game characters. And so I'm gonna be playing on my fighting game characters, you know what I mean? And yeah, there are characters I put a lot of time into, but even with characters I put a lot of time into, I'm not gonna know every little thing, right? Like for instance, me Sword Fighter. I put a ton of time into that character. Alright, that character, in my opinion, is one of the most limiting characters I've ever seen in a Smash game. But you know what? Hey, there are people that have used different movesets and made me at least consider other things about the character. At the end of the day, I still think me Sword Fighter sucks, but that's the power players have for me, or people's opinions have for me. I can see what makes a character strong in their eyes, and therefore I can make the decision of to change my opinion or not, right? At the end of the day, the analysis aren't how-tos. If you want to watch a how-to, you just watch the main of that character. Alright, I main Ryu, Ken, Terry, and all, you know, all those 4 characters, but I'm not going to tell you to watch me for those characters, because I'm not the greatest at making guides. Alright, if you want to watch a tutorial for those characters, you watch specific players like Ronin X, right? Or say for instance you want to watch some Pikachu, Esam, Omar the Buzz, you know, or you can Rosalina, you still got the Buzz. There are various players you can go to watch. The analysis is for me to say my opinions on the characters, on their moves, their playstyles, etc. So I hope that going forward you get an understanding of why I do this series. I don't hate any character in this roster or anything like that. And yeah, I may give wrong or bad takes on a character, but can you blame me? Obviously, you know, some people say, well, why give your opinion on a character at all, right? I mean, if you don't main them, why give your opinion? And to that I say, do you allow or like watching tier lists, right? Do you like watching tier lists? I want to know what gives them the right to make a tier list. What gives anyone a right to make a tier list in any fighting game? Because even the top players aren't gonna know every little thing about every character, right? I mean, and that applies to all fighting games. You know, I'm not just strictly talking Smash, it applies to all fighting games, right? I mean, think about it like this, you know, Japan at one point thought Z Broly wasn't that great, like very early on in season 3. I don't understand why, or season 2, right? But then it turns out he was crazy stupid, right? Or, you know, people are like, oh man, Roshi kind of sucks in fighters. But then here comes Lord Knight, you know? So I think a lot of people need to realize you're not going to know everything about every character, okay? So I hope that this series will allow you guys to allow me to make better judgments on every character in the roster. Because I'd like to. I really would. As a matter of fact, in the comment section right now, tell me about any character in the roster. Tell me a bunch of details, be it Lucas, all right, Lucas, Mega Man, there's kind of a couple, you know, Lucario even, Falco, Wolf, you know, just give me details on all those characters, all right? With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please take care of yourselves and have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace!